How long are you going to wait to finally build a life you always want? Change is scary. It seems too risky to leave your comfort zone. But let me ask you a question. Are you happy with your life now? Even though you may not know what the future holds, you know that staying in the same place will not give you the life you want. So what can you do? Pivot.
Hey doers, welcome back to this channel and in the series where I summarize key ideas from some of my favorite books. And today we are going to talk about Pivot by Jenny Blake, which is all about practical steps to pivot in life and career. There are 4 key insights in this book that we are going to talk about in turn.
First, what is a pivot mindset and why should we look at career and life as a smartphone? Second, how to build up more skills on top of our existing strengths. Third, how to overcome the fear of failure. And lastly, we will look at the 4-stage pivot process. Number 1, the pivot mindset. Look at your career and life as a smartphone.
Now, we are in the era of a project-based economy. Job security has become an antique idea.
The word career is dead. Unlike previous generations, careers are no longer straightforward and predictable like ladders. They are much more customizable and dynamic like smartphones.
We all have smartphones, right?
It is up to us to download different apps like our skills, interests, experiences, and education. Every now and then, the OS needs to upgrade, which is the time we need to make a bigger pivot.
Often people confuse a pivot with 180-degree change. It is not. Pivot means constant upgrading. It can be tweaking your morning routine or changing a position within the same company.
Number 2, your skills are your assets. Double down on what works.
Sometimes pivoting might feel like a drastic change, but we are not starting from scratch.
We shift to new related work by leveraging our existing base of strengths. We can see our career portfolio as a collection of our strengths, experiences, and existing connections. Just like our investment portfolio, it includes a blend of assets. Then you must realize your core strength and double down on it.
I started working as a sales customer specialist. Then I found golden career in SEO, which has become my core strength until today. And now I'm adding copywriting, communication, and marketing skills on top of it. You see, you can stack up related skills if you are willing to accept change. Eventually, you will develop your unique marketable skill that combines passion and strength. While being open to pivoting is one thing, execution is another.
Number 3, overcome the fear of failure.
People are afraid to change not because they don't have a vision, it's because they have the worst case scenario in mind.
What if I fail? What if I hit rock bottom?
But what if you will earn twice as much? Do not let fear consume your thinking. Even if you hit rock bottom, it is the beginning of a breakthrough which forces a new way to believe, act, and prosper. After all, failing isn't a failure. You can always try again and be wiser next time. Most of the best decisions in life need a leap of faith.
Remember, feed the outcome you seek, not the one you fear.
Now that we are able to overcome the fear of change, how we can actually apply it to our daily life?
Number 4, how to actually pivot in career and life. Stage 1, plant. Any change starts inside. It means calibrating your compass to build a strong foundation of your core values and goals.
At this stage, you need to, number 1, identify your happiness formula. Number 2, define success 1 year from now. Number 3, identify your strengths. Number 4, build up healthy habits. And number 5, build your financial buffer. Calibrating your compass is one of the biggest accelerators you have during a pivot. It filters the opportunities of what to pursue and helps determine the next steps.
Stage 2. Scan. It means becoming discoverable. The aim of this stage is to expand your network and exposure. Imagine yourself as a Bluetooth. Only if you switch to discoverable mode, then other people can see you.
There are 3 key things you can do in this stage. Number 1, networking. Number 2, reach out to mentors. And number 3, build visibility. But it doesn't mean aimless exploration. Remember, you have built a foundation in stage 1.
When you become dizzy during the scan stage, always go back to your core values and goals. Think again, which path should you pursue that resonates with your values?
Once you go through stage 1 and 2, you should already have a solid direction to pursue. Now, it's time to test the water.
Stage 3. Pilot. The primary goal of the pilot stage is validation. It means generating ideas and testing them.
In this stage, you need to run experiments with MVP, which is minimum viable product. It is simply the fastest way to get feedback with the minimum amount of effort. In this book, Jenny Blake describes it as being scrappy.
Just get something out, then test it, get feedback, revise, and do it over again. 70% version is better than waiting for 100% perfection.
For many of you, launching MVP can mean offering free consultation to your existing network or launching simple website without hiring designers. Ask yourself, what would be the best investment of your time and energy? It is not to perfect the product. It is about to find out if the market wants your product. Now we understand the mechanics of pivoting. The last stage is finally pull the trigger.
Stage 4. Launch. The launch stage is when you make the big decision that completes your pivot. One of the most challenging aspects of pivoting is knowing when to launch. Especially when it means leaving a good option behind for something with the potential to be great with no guarantee.
So how do you avoid launching too soon or too late? What you can do is to clarify your own launch timing criteria. It can be financial benchmark, when your side hustle covers all of your monthly expenses, or when you get the angel funding. Simply set a date. Once the project in your full-time job is complete, or set exact date on your calendar. According to a progress milestone, once you land 3 new clients or you hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But no matter how many steps you do to predict the perfect timing, nothing will happen until you say yourself, I'm ready. It takes courage, faith, and adrenaline.
In 2020, I decided to leave Hong Kong in the summer of 2021. I pinned this date in my calendar and worked toward it. There was nothing that would change my decision to launch. The key part to remember: don't wait for someone to give you permission. Trust yourself, trust your inner wisdom. You have all you need to take you to the next move. Thank you for watching, and here is another video about 7 life-changing books that are worth reread over and over again. See you there. Remember, search for prosperity.